Advisory Board of Zoning Appeals meeting. Could we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could we have a roll call, please?
Roger Brock.
Here.
William Hutton.
Here.
Cynthia Hassel.
Here.
Dan Faulkner. Kathleen Hill.
Here.
Board present, we have a quorum.
Right, the next item on the agenda is the minutes for the March 25th, 2025 meeting.
I'll make that motion to approve those minutes.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Do we have a roll call vote, please?
Roger Brock.
Yes.
William Hutton.
Yes.
Cynthia Hassel.
Yes.
Kathleen Hill.
Yes?
4 ayes, 0 nays, motion passed.
Right, seeing no item for old business, apparently is no old business to come before us tonight.
Correct.
Okay, we will move to new business. We have Z-25-04, petition of Raza Group, Inc. for developmental variance, title section 18.6 C, to allow an accessory building of 23 feet 6.5 inches by 8 feet 6.5 inches greater than the allowed 15-foot located at 844 169th Street in a C1 local commercial district in the city of Hammond. Has all notification requirements been met?
Yes, they have.
All right. Do we have the petitioner here? And could you please step forward, state your name and address, and sign in?
Good evening. Chris Moore with Nice Engineering. I'm here representing Akhtar Zaman, working on the property of 844 169th Street. And we're looking into construct an accessory building in the parking lot of the existing facility. The building that we're planning on utilizing, it's a pre-engineered metal building. The purpose of the building, they do geotechnical engineering investigation, is that correct? And the work that they do, when they're doing construction, they'll do soil borings and soil investigation for construction, and the equipment that they need to utilize is a drill rig. It's a track, that one's a track mounted? This one's a track mounted drill rig, and you don't drive it to the sites, you have to transport it to the site. In order for it to be transported, it needs to be put on a larger truck, and the rig on the truck is an excessive height, and you can't just put it into a regular garage. You don't want to leave this equipment outside. It's very expensive and not necessarily fragile, but you don't want to leave it out in the weather. So he's looking to get a building constructed to where he can store this and some other material inside the building to make sure that it's protected from the weather. And that is our request. In order to do that, we have to have a door height of 14 feet, which with the rest of the construction of the garage will give the height of the garage itself in excess of the allowable height of the building. And that is our request.
And just for the record, can you just speak to the setbacks? And
Yes. So let me get all my paperwork in order. So we meet all the setbacks. I got to find them in my notes. So the rear yard setback we're 15 feet 6 inches. From the back, we are 70, let's see here, looks like 73 feet from the front property line, which is more than half the distance from the front, and then 40 feet from the property line to the east. So we meet all the required setbacks in the building.
and then you're locating this where half the building is in a fenced-in area?
Yes, and the existing fence goes around the property to the east. We're going to put it in the middle of there, and the reason why we configured it in the way that we did is to allow the truck rig to pull into the parking lot, pull into the garage, and then pull back out, or into the storage building, and then pull back out through the east side of the property. We added another drive out to 169th in that area as well for the purpose of the rig, and that has already been constructed. And so the truck will be coming in that direction, going to the east, and then back out to the north.
And then I think in our discussions, we had talked about that the nature of the business, that your traffic movements will go to Calumet Avenue?
Yes. We want to, the sites are all over the place, so it depends on exactly where it's at, but the majority of the sites are going to be to the north and south. You're going to go straight out to Calumet Avenue, so that'd be the ideal location to go to.
And then I would presume that the likelihood of it going east is minimal.
Very minimal. Not saying that's not going to happen, but it's not going to be on a regular basis.
Okay, staff members, did you have anything else you want to bring out at this time?
No, not at this time.
Okay. Any questions from board members?
I don't.
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Is this a habitable building?
No. Well, habitable is in living, or?
No. Habitable as being occupied by human beings.
Yes, it'll be conditioned.
So is there a toilet in here?
No. So we're not planning for that right now. We're not planning on that right now. There's a toilet in the building right next door when it comes out to need. Not saying that we're not going to do it in the future, but right now it's not planned.
Okay.
When he says habitable with people, what kind of people are you putting in?
Well, the employees, when they're in there working with the rig, you know,
Oh,
if there's
okay.
anything that they need to do.
So they're not living there or anything?
No,
like
no,
that?
no.
So they don't need a hand washing sink, they don't need an emergency eye wash in case something happens while they're working on a rig?
It's, the building itself is not done, but at the end of the day, there's a good chance that we're going to have a wash sink in there as needed. We're going to have sewers in there, we're going to have water planned in the future.
Do we have enough parking spaces?
Yeah, they meet the requirements.
They do? Okay. What about the ADA access lane?
I'm sorry?
The ADA accessibility, the access lane next to that parking space? I don't see that on the drawing.
You're talking about the parking up by 169th?
I'm talking about this handicap parking in the parking lot.
So the door, the entranceway of the building is, I wouldn't say directly west of that, but that's where the building notches out is the access to the building. So we've got the ADA parking stall with the gored out area to the north of it. Is that where you're?
Please help me, Mr. Poland. What do you call that access lane next to the parking?
The ADA access lane next to the parking space?
Thank you very much. I don't see that identified on here.
It's the area that's gored out to the north of the parking spot.
You see the large striped area?
I thought it had to be on the right side of the parking space.
ADA allows it to be on either side.
Okay. Thank you. I have a few more questions, and I'll try to be quick about them. On the south side, do we need to have a landscape buffer between the parking and that residential area?
On the
So that is going to be landscape. We're planning on putting grass in there. I don't think there's a requirement for a landscape buffer, but it is going to be green space
Between the garage.
between the garage and the fence.
But what about between the parking? The parking, it's not required? It is required?
We're utilizing the existing parking lot.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now this equipment sits on a trailer type thing for moving it?
It's more like a flatbed truck. It's
Okay.
not a trailer.
All right. Is it presently sitting there or in the parking lot?
It's on the site. It's on, you keep it on the site right now, yes.
Okay, so it's also dangerous for any kids or any people in the area to be climbing on there or anything like that?
It is, right now it's in the fenced-in area, so it is protected, but yeah, you don't want to leave it out and for people to get on it. It's too expensive of a piece of equipment to let anybody even
Well, it's
get
too
around.
dangerous to be climbing on, too.
Yes,
I would
we don't want any kids around it, so we keep it in a fenced-in lot right now.
The last question I have, but I reserve the right to ask any further questions.
You have another time.
Is this a pole barn?
It is a pre-engineered metal building.
No, I understand that, but I'm looking at your drawings and I don't see any foundations or anything.
No. Pre-engineered metal building. I wouldn't call it a pole barn, but it's a pre-engineered metal building.
Thank you.
Madam Chairman, I do have one additional question.
Okay?
In our discussions, Mr. Moore, we talked about the exterior material on the
Yes.
building, so would you please?
Yes,
relate
so as you see that we gave a rendering of the building, and we've gone back and forth talking about this, so we're trying to replicate the existing building the best that we can, and that's why we have the 8-foot brick wainscoting, is how they call it, on the front of the building, which matches the existing building, as well as the windows in color and style, and then the vertical siding on there resembles the existing building as well that we have on site.
If I can ask this question, thank you, Mr. Pullen, for bringing that up. What's supporting this masonry?
I don't have the design of the building with me, but it's going to be designed and handled by the architect, and they will make sure that that's done properly. I can't speak on behalf of the building, I do everything on the site.
So the equipment will be sitting on like a concrete slab, or will not be a concrete slab?
No, it'll be concrete,
Okay,
yes.
so there will be a floor.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Not for
No.
me, no.
All right. We are open for public comments or questions. Anyone in the audience or anyone online have any questions or comments they would like to ask?
You good? Good.
Sir, did you put your address when you signed in?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you. All right, any questions, any comments? Any questions, any comments? We will close this portion of public comments and move on. I don't think we have to answer any of their questions or concerns. Right. Any other questions from the staff?
No, you don't need to.
No,
From the board members, or we're ready to go into as far as the staff report?
I don't have any questions.
Okay,
Okay.
we have the staff report, please.
Yes, staff report was shared with the board members. Read this, we'll read the recommendation. So staff has reviewed the petitioner's request and recommends that the BZA grant the developmental variance for the 23-foot 6-inch peak height should the board feel the petitioner has met the standards subject to conditions. 1, final technical review of the construction drawings, civil drawings, and site plan. 2, final approved design for accessory structure which satisfies city planning concerns in regards to infill construction being compatible with the existing neighborhood. We'll also find our proposed findings of fact.
All right. We also have, as far as proposed findings of fact, any questions, comments from board members?
I don't.
No.
I think we see as far as the garage is definitely set back substantially from our area. And we also have, as far as in our staff report, recommendations that will need to be also met by the staff. So do we have a motion to adopt the staff report and the proposed findings of fact and the recommendations of the staff as official findings of fact?
I'll make that motion to approve.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Could we have a roll call vote, please?
Cynthia Hasso,
Yes.
Roger Brock.
Yes.
William Hutton.
Yes.
Kathleen Hill.
Yes,
4 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
right. Now, do we have a motion in regard to the -25-04 for the developmental variance for the accessory building height greater than 15 feet for 844 169th Street?
I'll make the motion to approve as long as the petitioner meets the standards and condition in the staff report.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Cynthia Hasso,
Yes.
Roger Brock.
Yes.
William Hutton.
Yes.
Kathleen Hill.
Yes?
4 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
Okay. You should have good weather to start construction. Thank you. All right, do we have any comments from the commissioners? Any comments from the staff?
Yes. Staff is asking that we reschedule the May BZA meeting. It is currently scheduled for May 28th, which is the Wednesday after Memorial Day. Two of our staff members will be out of town during that time period. And we would suggest that we consider rescheduling the meeting to June 3rd, which is Tuesday, the following Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Well, would we like to just combine the May and June meeting?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, so,
I make a motion June 3rd, yeah.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, and then for the record, Cynthia, is that going to be okay with you?
That'll be fine.
Okay, thank you.
I have no idea if it will be okay with me. Be honest with you,
Okay,
I
well,
don't know what I'm doing on
so
June.
we have 3 members who agree to it at this
So
point.
you have a quorum then.
Pardon me?
You will have a quorum.
That's really my
That's
point.
the main thing. Okay, we have a motion to reschedule the May 28th meeting, 2025, to June 3rd, 2025.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Second.
We have a roll call vote?
Cynthia Hasso,
Yes.
Roger Brock.
Yes.
William Hutton.
Yes.
Kathleen Hill.
Yes.
4 ayes, 0 nays, motion passed.
All right. Anything else as far as from the staff?
Well, with that being said, that we've changed the meeting, we are expecting 2 cases for this meeting, and that we now rescheduled.
I assume you're expecting meetings for June 24th.
We'll play that by ear.
Okay. All right. Any public comment? Right. We have a motion to adjourn.
I make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.